berinovasi untuk menyediakan solusi keuangan yang modern, inklusif, dan mudah diakses oleh seluruh lapisan masyarakat. Mulai dari memperkuat transaksi digital dengan Livin by Mandiri dan Kopra by Mandiri menjadi pionir dalam inisiatif keberlanjutan, mendukung jutaan pelaku usaha kecil hingga mengimplementasikan serangkaian program CSR yang tepat sasaran. Bank Mandiri membuktikan diri untuk dapat selalu adaptif dan solutif dalam menghadapi dinamika kebutuhan masyarakat. Seluruh komitmen dan kinerja apik Bank Mandiri divalidasi dengan sejumlah penghargaan bergengsi yang diraih Bank Mandiri di tahun ini. Di antaranya, World's Best Companies of 2024 dari Time Magazine, World's Most Trustworthy Companies 2024 dari Newsweek Magazine, Top Companies in Indonesia dari LinkedIn Top Companies 2024, Indonesia's Best Bank dari Finance Asia Award 2024, hingga Indonesia's Best Bank dari Euromoney Awards 2024. Terima kasih untuk seluruh nasabah yang setia melangkah bersama Bank Mandiri dalam mewujudkan Indonesia maju. Bank Mandiri, adaptif dan solutif.
Hai, gue Joe. Kini aktivitas sehari-hari gue jadi lebih mudah. Tidak membungkuk, tidak menyentuh sepatu, just slip in. Nyaman di setiap langkah, hands-free, Skechers Slip-ins.
Tubrukers terus berkarya tanpa henti. Diseling sekali-sekali selfie. Susah senang ditemani kopi tubruk gajah, benar-benar kopi.
Hai, gue Joe. Kini aktivitas sehari-hari gue jadi lebih mudah. Tidak membungkuk, tidak menyentuh sepatu, just slip in. Nyaman di setiap langkah, hands-free, Skechers Slip-ins.
Kopi kapal api special mix bikin semua momen jadi lebih spesial. Ini kata mereka.
Tiap break kelas, kita selalu ngopi kapal api special mix. Jadi mood booster buat tugas, lembur, kita gas.
Bener kan? Cuma kopi kapal api special mix, jelas lebih enak.
Hai, gue Joe. Kini aktivitas sehari-hari gue jadi lebih mudah. Tidak membungkuk, tidak menyentuh sepatu, just slip in. Nyaman di setiap langkah, hands-free, Skechers Slip-ins.
Pagi-pagi, enaknya ngopi. Selalu happy ketemu sahabat yang sejati. Tanpa sekat, benar-benar ilmu padi. Ditemani kopi tubruk gajah, benar-benar kopi.
Hai, gue Joe. Kini aktivitas sehari-hari gue jadi lebih mudah. Tidak membungkuk, tidak menyentuh sepatu, just slip in. Nyaman di setiap langkah, hands-free, Skechers Slip-ins.
Cek Shopee dulu, cek Shopee dulu, termurah, gratis ongkir. Ayo cek Shopee dulu, termurah.
Shopee 1212 birthday sale, termurah di Shopee.
Terima kasih kepada sponsor kami, Popmi, Bank Mandiri, Indomie, dan Kopi Kapal Api. Dan kita berbincang lagi dengan Yose. Dan kalau kita melihat memang ada satu posisi yang terus diperebutkan oleh banyak pemain di sana bagi Indonesia. Yang terkini adalah Yakob Sayuri yang tampil juga sebenarnya cukup baik menghadapi Jepang walaupun ada satu error yang berujung dengan gol tercipta. Dan kali ini justru sepertinya Marcelino Ferdinand akan mengisi lagi pos di mana Yakob Sayuri keluar dan digantikan oleh Marcelino. Apa yang bisa ditawarkan oleh Marcelino untuk bisa lebih mengancam pertahanan dari Saudi?
Ya, sebenarnya kalau kita bicara head to head bagaimana compare antara Marcelino dan juga tentunya Yakob Sayuri. Salah satu yang kelebihan dari Yakob Sayuri yang juga kita kemarin lihat ketika Indonesia menghadapi Jepang adalah di mana Yakob Sayuri mampu memberikan opsi untuk mengantarkan bola hingga ke lini depan. depan, bagaimana membuka ruang tembak, bagaimana memberikan upaya untuk melakukan high press dari sisi kanan. Ini yang sepertinya biasa dilakukan oleh Marcelino, namun beberapa kali sepertinya Marcelino juga belum terlalu sustain, belum terlalu bagaimana tetap performa yang naik turun, dan ini yang terus menjadi pekerjaan rumah dan sedikit menjadi pertanyaan Tayong untuk menurunkan Marcelino Ferdinand. Dan kita harapkan tentu pelatih dan juga tim internal yang mengetahui bagaimana kesiapan dari tim itu sendiri, dan kita sepertinya ketika melihat Marcelino Ferdinand kita harapkan juga dapat memberikan opsi yang sama ketika Yakob Sayuri juga memberikan high press di sisi kanan ketika melawan Jepang. Adiani.
Ya, off the ball Indonesia akan tampil dengan 5-4-1 seperti yang mereka tampilkan menghadapi Jepang, dan juga kita lihat bagaimana di back three nanti ketika on possession sepertinya Rido di sektor kanan, Hubner di kiri, dan Itzes ada di area sentral. Tapi apa yang terjadi dengan penampilan Jay Itzes di laga sebelumnya setelah adanya gol yang begitu bisa dicegah sebenarnya, tapi kemudian membuat sepertinya impact-nya terhadap penampilannya cukup mengganggu ya di laga menghadapi Jepang.
Ya, ini terlalu mungkin bagi pressure juga bagi Jay Itzes ya, karena beberapa kali memang semenjak penampilan pertamanya ketika di ronde kedua menghadapi, saya lupa antara Vietnam atau Filipina, memang Jay Itzes senantiasa Jay Itzes senantiasa untuk memberikan menjadi motor penggerak dan juga lead di lini belakang dan juga lini depan. Namun kita juga sayangkan kemarin dari Jay Itzes gagal mengantisipasi sehingga ada beberapa kali peluang Jepang untuk langsung melakukan menusuk jantung pertahanan, termasuk ketika Mitoma juga sedikit maju ke depan. Ini yang kita perhatikan bagaimana sebenarnya individual skill dan juga bagaimana decision making tentunya dari Jay Itzes, bagaimana untuk menciptakan satu kreasi, dan kemarin juga cukup kita sayangkan seorang Jay Itzes sedikit blunder ketika di lini belakang, karena memang kita harapkan dari Jay Itzes ya seperti formasi yang sudah biasa ditujukan oleh Sintayong, ada Jay Itzes, kemudian di sisi kiri ada Kevin Perdong, dan di sisi kanan juga ada tentunya ada Rizky Ridho. Kita harapkan Jay Itzes sebagai kapten tim pada malam hari ini dapat tampil lebih optimal, dapat memitigasi dan juga mengurangi kesalahan seperti ketika melawan Jepang di hari Minggu lalu.
Ya, dalam karir dari Avehena sebagai pelatih 20 tahun lebih, memegang tim seperti Zambia dan juga kemarin sempat menjadi bagian dari tim kepelatihan tim Olimpiade Wanita Perancis. Kita lihat bagaimana dalam setiap laga-laganya, pun juga dengan Saudi. Selalu dengan average tadi Anda katakan possession yang sangat unggul ya, 62,3. Ini menyentuh hampir 60%, dan mereka sangat nyaman dalam kendali bola, dan ini akan menjadi lagi perhatian kita karena sepertinya Indonesia juga akan sulit untuk bisa memegang kendali possession walaupun di kandang. Dan kalau dari passing accuracy-nya menyentuh 83%, tentunya ini tim yang sangat nyaman dalam possession dan tidak pernah melakukan kesalahan-kesalahan yang fatal. Ini tentunya harus ada pressing yang sangat tinggi, harus ada kerja keras dari para pemain Indonesia, dan apakah dengan shape dari lapangan tengah yang akan berpadu dengan para pemain bertahan, dengan personel yang ada, Anda yakin dengan kerja keras mereka di lapangan?
Iya. Kalau kita bicara untuk peluang pada hari ini, kita harapkan Indonesia bisa tampil maksimal. Seperti yang kita sampaikan di segmen pertama, di mana kita harapkan dari Indonesia akan memetik minimal 1 poin atau hasil imbang di laga sore ini. Tentunya untuk menjaga asa untuk di ronde keempat. Dan kita harapkan di lini belakang, lagi-lagi tadi kita sampaikan ada 3 trio untuk menjaga lini pertahanan lini belakang. Ada Jay Itzes, Kevin Perdong, dan juga tentunya Rizky Ridho dapat untuk menutup ruang gerak dan juga mempersempit ruang gerak lini serang dari timnas Arab Saudi atau The Green Falcon pada malam hari ini. Adiani.
Dan kita sudah kembali terhubung dengan atmosfer yang terus terbangun sejak sore tadi di Gelora Bung Karno. Guyuran hujan yang sangat deras tidak memutuskan semangat dari para pecinta sepak bola Indonesia untuk datang memenuhi tribun Gelora Bung Karno. Karena kembali ini situasi yang sangat penting untuk bisa meraih result setelah hasil-hasil minor menghadapi Tiongkok dan juga Jepang. Ini adalah keadaan yang harus bisa dicermati oleh tim pelatih dan para pemain untuk segera bounce back dan melupakan hasil-hasil yang tentunya sangat berpengaruh memang terhadap pergerakan dari pasukan Garuda di klasemen sementara, dan seperti juga masih ada bawaan dari hasil di Bahrain ketika terpukul dengan adanya keadaan late goal yang memberikan gol penyeimbang bagi Bahrain secara kontroversial. Atap tadi terlihat salah satu legenda sepak bola Indonesia yang pernah tampil untuk Persija, untuk Persib Bandung ada di tribun, dan ini menjadi tradisi baru juga. Greg Nuokolo, rekan kita yang juga pernah ada di studio, juga menjadi bagian dari para legenda dan juga current players yang tidak lagi bermain untuk timnas tapi memberikan dukungan yang luar biasa untuk tim asuhan Sinteyong, dan harapannya bisa untuk memberikan outcome positif di laga persaingan sesaat lagi. Enal Wewengkang, ada juga Eli Idris, tentunya kalau ingat Persita ingat Eli Idris, ini luar biasa deretan nama-nama
very warm welcome to the Gelora Bung Karno Stadium. We are in Jakarta for an AFC Asian qualifier road to 26 contest between Indonesia and Saudi Arabia. This is the start of the second half of this third round, and as you can see, Indonesia are stranded at the bottom of the group with just 3 points from their 5 matches so far. Saudi Arabia level with Australia and China's People's Republic on 6. It means a victory for Indonesia today could make a huge difference in their hopes of making their first World Cup finals, well, since the 30s when they were under a different name. It is humid. There was torrential downpour earlier on, which has made the surface very, very greasy, which might play into the Indonesian hands. The Indonesia team, they have really to the Indonesian diaspora. Most of the team are playing their football in Europe in the Belgian and Dutch and British leagues. The goalkeeper there, Martin Pace, is playing his football in the United States in Dallas. The use of the diaspora has really helped them become competitive physically so. However, they're on the back of a numbing 4-0 humbling by Japan on their last home match. The likes of Calvin Verdonk and co, they will look at the standings and think one victory, and then it puts us in with a chance of moving into the next stages when we have China and Bahrain to play. We must believe we're good enough to play and beat them. Is the Indonesia-based captain for this team, who really captured the imagination of the Indonesian public. There is a little bit of pressure on them now. Is this a project that is going to get the full support of the Indonesian public? Well, if it does, there will be an explosion of support for football, which is the national sport here in Indonesia. The youngish team that Shin Tae-yong has put together. Korean coach, an experienced coach with the national team, very good player himself. The under-23s, and now he's having some real success on the national team, but he's up against the Saudi Arabia side to make it to the World Cup finals for the 3rd straight time. They also have undergone a little bit of a revolution in recent times. No more Roberto Mancini in charge of affairs, and they're back to the very safe, dapper hands of Hervé Renard, and he has really run the changes. Renard, the 56-year-old Frenchman, very, very popular figure. When he came back, there was almost a sigh of relief, as there's a familiarity about the players, and he's restored to the lineup several minutes. Shirani in shot there, such as Abdullahi, controversial, combative centre-back. Also welcomes Mohamed Kano back after suspension and then a little bit of an injury. He's missing a couple of key players. There is no Salam Al-Nasri, who's injured. He's the star man, but in many ways it means that Saudi Arabia will have more of a team ethic. Fascinating contrast here between the European style of Indonesia, the release, the freedom releasing for Saudi Arabia. We met in Jeddah earlier on. It was one apiece. Indonesia scoring for Sandy Walsh, who's reserved for the starting lineup for today. Saudi Arabia equalising just before half-time from Musab, who played in the match against Australia, but I think he's going to be omitted from today's game. But it is a very different atmosphere from when the teams met in the opening match in Jeddah. Expectation levels for Saudi Arabia have gone up. They've diminished for Indonesia. It is a fascinating, fascinating occasion. Gelora Bung Karno not jam-packed, must be said. And downpour must have kept one or two people a little bit late. We'll be hoping that the 7 o'clock kickoff will fill the stands over on the far side. But for now, Indonesia can only focus on what is ahead of them. That is a match against Saudi Arabia. The road to 2026. This is a FIFA World Cup qualifier from the AFC region. This is Saudi Arabia, the Green Falcons. And they're not of about 1,500 supporters. They're coming into the Gelora Bung Karno at the Senayan. Saudi Arabia versus Indonesia. Red wall facing Saudi Arabia. Their players are used to the big occasions. They I said, they've been on the World Cup stage, and remember not long ago their victory against Argentina in Qatar in the World Cup. Let's see what the atmosphere is like as we prepare for the national anthems, starting with that of the visitors from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. There's always that extra verse of Indonesia Raya for extra punctuation. Just to tell you that we are at the Senayan, we are at the Gelora Bung Karno, and we are going to try to make as much advantage as we can of our home status. Ali Al-Bulahi, already playing the mind games, has a little word with the Uzbek referees. Let's have a look at the team lineup, starting with that of the home nation, Indonesia. 3 changes of personnel from the side that started against Japan. Iba Jenna, Marcelino Ferdinand and Sandy Walsh come in for Johan, Jakob Sayuri and Kevin Dix respectively. We're expecting them to play a similar 3-4-2-1 formation. Struik and Marcelino down the right-hand side, Oren Mungan leading the line. On the bench, Leona Reinders always gets a big cheer. They've got the likes of Witan Sulaiman and Hoki Karaka if they are in need of goals. There is the Indonesia lineup who have opened up such expectations for this nation, this football crazy nation. They didn't do themselves any justice against Japan, gave away cheap goals. Rustam Lutfulim, the young Uzbek referee, is a man who does not keep his cards in his pocket. He's dished out 40 yellow and 4 red cards in his last 10 matches. But he is a good omen for Indonesia. He was in charge when Indonesia beat Philippines to qualify for the 3rd round. As for Saudi Arabia, well, Hervé Renard has restored familiar names. Ali Abdullahi was out of favour. Al-Shirani was out of favour. But he's also sprung a bit of surprise with 2 changes on the side that drew 0-0 with Australia. And coming in, leading the line, Al-Qahtani. I suspect he'll play a little bit wider. Al-Qahtani is an unknown quantity, I think, for Indonesia. On the bench. Plenty of goals from Ali Al-Shehi, who's fitted in superbly into the Al Ittihad starting lineup, replacing Karim Benzema and scoring goals at the same time. This Senayan Stadium, the Gelora Bung, for a different generation of Saudi fans, holds no good memories, because this is where they lost to Iraq in the final of the 2007 AFC Asian Cup. But Hervé Renard has brought a calmness since his reappointment as coach. He really does just take all the pressure, and that look there of calmness is what he exudes on the training pitch, in the interviews, in the press conferences. And he's relying on a spine of Al Hilal players, 7 Al Hilal players in the starting lineup. Right then, for Martin Pais and co, let's forget about Japan. Let's get our World Cup campaign back on tracks. Victory here, and they are right in the mix once again. It is beautifully set up. Indonesia need redemption. Saudi Arabia on the up. And we are underway in this AFC World Cup qualifier. Indonesia in the white, going from left to right. Early flag up against Sandy Walsh, the Mechelen-based wing-back. 1-1 when the teams met in Jeddah. Shin Tae-yong, he's got a formation that he's comfortable with. He's Ali Abdullahi. Look at the turf. It seemed like he lost his footing. It is very greasy out there. As we look at 56-year-old Hervé Renard. Early chance for the ball. It's in goal from the post of Marcelino. To all intents and purposes, it looked like it was going to bounce in off the post. Marcelino. Well, surely. Marcelino wasn't offside, he'd come through. Alcácer, he's taken a knock, he's going to get some treatment. Well, that has got the crowd going instantaneously. There's the ball in. Mangum would have been offside, but Marcelino was onside, and he was tracked really well by Saad Abdul Hamid. Jesus in the mix, as they will just try to surround the goalkeeper. There's some big fellas there, 6'1", 6'2" players. Hassan Altan-Bakti, he's got the job. Looking after Justin Hubner. Wim Badonk, the Nijmegen wing back, will curl this one in. Doesn't beat the front man. Second chance for Badonk. Still 4 in the penalty area. First one not enough, second one too much. Nearly the dream start. What Indonesia learned against Japan was that you must take your chances. When it was goalless, Indonesia had one very good opportunity. And although Japan went on to win 4-0, you do wonder what might have happened if Indonesia had got their first goal. Set Al-Shirani. For his 81st cap, the 32-year-old. Thanks of experience, wears the captain's armband as well. Jesus. To the pace. uncharacteristic error to gift Japan the third goal. Nasser plays it down the line. Ball over the top, the flag has stayed down. Ragnar Mangan, still Ragnar. Terrific block, still the flag is down. It's not gone up yet. Sandy Walsh curls it in, punched away, and back in and off the line. Marcelino and a rebound wide from Calvin Verdonk. Fierce pressure from Indonesia in the opening stages. That punch just sent it into Marcelino, not once but twice. Saad Abdulhamid for the second time forced into rush defensive work. Izes misses out. Pace has got to be careful, and he is. Fire and brimstone from the start. Marcelino flicks on. Arab Mangan, strike will chase. Marcelino puts in the challenge and wins the ball back. Marcelino Ferdinand, referee says fair tackle. But that's given away. Rafael. Gandhi just dispossessed him nicely. And Rizky Ridho is there. On to Walsh. Ferraz will close down on Martin Pace.